Hey guys, welcome back. So as the title of this video hopefully indicates, today is going to be just a little bit of a catch up. What's been going on with me, what's been going on with you. Now that, we're in the spring season, it's been a little bit since I had a video and I really just wanted to sit down and talk with you all. So if that sounds like your jam, keep on watching. Okay, so what have I been up to? A little of this, a little of that. It's probably best if I start with the reading aspect, I suppose. After all, this is a booktube channel. So I actually just finished reading Charlotte Iles is Not a Detective, which was marketed as a cozy mystery, and I guess technically it is a cozy mystery, and I have some thoughts. So first of all, this video obviously is not going to be a book review or a reading wrap-up. It's just me talking about a whole bunch of stuff, and I want to start off by talking about this book, which... let's just say after I finished, I wasn't quite sure how I felt about it. And if I'm being honest, after I went into Goodreads and plugged in the book and what folders I wanted to go on, I went ahead and looked at reviews, which I usually don't do, but if I do that, it's after I finish reading. And that's really because I wanted to get a pulse on what other people thought of it. And if I'm being honest, a lot of their comments really articulated what I couldn't. So let me just give you a quick rundown. This book essentially is what would happen if Harriet the Spy grew up. So we have this girl, or now woman, named Charlotte, and she was kind of like this semi-famous child detective when she was younger. Fast forward, she's now in her 20s, a little bit lost, feeling aimless, as a lot of folks in their 20s are, but she's no longer doing detective work, and she hasn't for a long time. Her brother calls her up one day because his girlfriend, some stuff's going on at her job, and they want Charlotte essentially to look into it. There's a little bit of a kidnapping, there was a previous murder that happens before the book kicks off, and we've got Charlotte really trying to grapple with, does she want to be a detective? She reluctantly takes a case, and so she kind of is a detective, and all of that. So off the bat, I will say the story starts off strong. I was hooked from the sample, and hence why I wanted to check it out at my library, which, side note, I read this. I did not listen to the audiobook, so I can't speak for the narration. But the side characters are strong. I really, really adored them. But something about the book just didn't feel right. I got a little lost, or not lost, but uninterested kind of towards the middle, and then it would kind of pick up again and I would lose interest again. Basically, what folks online have come to the consensus is that this book would have totally be better marketed if it were a young adult book, and I totally agree. Again, Charlotte is dealing with kind of floundering in her 20s, but I think, including the side characters who I love, they really come off as young, almost to the point of immature, which if they are young, that is definitely behavior that you're easily able to forgive. But for folks in their mid-20s, it just wasn't jibing. And so I won't get too much into it because, again, this is not a book review, but all in all, I will say I gave this book a 3. I did actually get the next book in the series, Charlotte Iles is Not a Teacher, as an arc from the publisher, and I'm on the fence if I want to read it. I am interested in the side characters again, and it seems like they may be heavily featured, so I will pick it up because of that. But would I still recommend this book? Yeah, actually, I will say if you're thinking of it kind of like a cozy, it's different in the sense that you've got someone who was a child detective, which is really interesting. Again, I cannot speak more about the side characters, her two best friends. They're super funny. I think that the dialogue is snappy, but all in all, it wasn't my fave. So there's a book review in a nutshell for you. I just finished reading that, and then I have since picked up The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. If you are not familiar, she also wrote the Inheritance Game series, which I adore. I still have to read the last or the latest book in this series, but this one has been on my shelf for a while, and something compelled me to pick it up. And that's what I'm doing. And just like with the inheritance games, this book starts off strong. It hooks you immediately, and essentially it is marketed as Criminal Minds with teenagers or young adults, I should say. So we have this girl who is essentially recruited by the FBI into their kind of profilers for teens division. I don't even know how you would describe it, because there are a handful of young adults, again 17, 18, I guess, and each of them have their specific cool abilities that the FBI thinks can help them solve cold cases. Our main heroine, she is kind of a natural profiler, again, hence the Criminal Minds kind of concept, and I'm really interested in this. She comes kind of with her own backstory, which really explains why she is compelled to go into this program in the first place. But as with Inheritance Game and the other Jennifer Lynn Barnes books, I started this last night. I'm already over 100 pages in, and it's been a really quick read. And that's just me having like 2 sit-down sessions to really be able to get into this, because hashtag mom life, I don't have a lot of time to dedicate to reading these days. But when I am, so far, I'm loving this. And can I just say, between those 2 books and the audiobook that I'm listening to, I will say I'm feeling back to my book loving self, which is fabulous. I kind of fell off of the bandwagon a little bit, if I'm being honest. A little bit of book slump, a little bit of seasonal affective disorder. Let's just say I'm glad that it is in the rear view mirror. Oh my gosh, so I almost forgot the most exciting and heartwarming book that I have been reading lately, and that is The Complete Bramble Hedge. Now, this may actually sound familiar to some of you because it is a popular children's story similar to the Tales of Peter Rabbit, but I'll be honest, I'd never heard about it until recently, and when I tell you, this series has my entire heart. So first of all, this book is a compilation of all of the books kind of in the Bramble Hedge series. There is spring, summer, winter, fall, and I believe 3 or 4 other non-seasonal stories, and they are short children's stories all centered around a magical world. Nope, not even magical. So they're children's stories centered around Bramble Hedge, and it's all about the wildlife mice that live there. Again, similar to Peter Rabbit in that you have these animals going about their lives almost as if they were people, very anthropomorphic. But for me, what I love about this and what makes it so charming is that it is very much cottagecore, wholesome, slow living, because it takes place in the countryside. And the freaking illustrations, you guys, when I tell you, if you are down, if you are happy, if you need a pick-me-up, you just need to feel good, I urge you to look at these illustrations because they are so beautiful and well drawn. And let me see if I can, so I'm all over the place with this book because honestly, I feel like I could do an entire video about this book alone. But anyway, so we've got these illustrations here. Like, can you see that? Of the mice and the detail, I tell you, here's a little guy here with his shop in the stump where he keeps all of his jams and stuff, and like, oh my gosh, I'm losing them all, but like, look at that. There's another one here. Again, so it's really just about the lives of all of these mice that live in Bramble Hedge, and each one is a short story. You've got a spring story that centers around like a little mouse and the community coming together for a surprise picnic on his behalf. In summer, there's like a wedding that goes on, and everybody in the town or the hedge is preparing for that, and it's so cute. And when I tell you, like, it did really pull me out of that funk that I was feeling. I have been savoring this book so much because they're children's books, so they're only like, I don't know, 20 pages long, including the illustrations, but they're so wholesome. And because of the illustrations, when you're reading, you just want to soak in the image as much as possible. And that's what I've been doing, taking my time, reading the beautiful words, looking at the beautiful illustrations, and it's just been perfect. To round out the book segment of this whole chit chat, I am currently listening to Do Not Disturb. Donut Disturb, sorry, gotta have the pun right, by Ellie Alexander. And like I mentioned in my April TBR / hopefuls videos, I was really hoping to continue the Bake Shop Mystery series to catch up, and I have been doing that, so pat myself on the back. Even if this is the only book / series that I am actually committing to from my TBR, I'm going to mark that as a win. Do Not Disturb, I want to say is book 17? Nope, I don't even think it's that far. Maybe book 16. I don't know. One of those. And I'm really enjoying it. This time around, it is centered around a wedding of a particular set of characters who I will not give off or give away to you guys. But of course, our girl Jules is having to investigate because the person who is murdered is part of the band that is playing or that plays at the wedding. So 3 books so far. 2 of them that are my current reads are doing well. Now let's talk about some non-bookish stuff that I have been up to, mainly consisting of 2 things. One is gardening. I guess you can kind of call it gardening. So I'll go ahead and insert some shots here, but I have been revitalizing our flower boxes in the front of our house now that spring is here. Of course, you know, they were all dead because of the winter season, and we bought this house in the fall. And so now that the weather is getting better, I have been enjoying going outside and planting new flowers there. I've always wanted flower boxes, and that's not like one of the reasons, but it was a definite perk that when we bought this house, it came with flower boxes, because I have so much enjoyed not only adding flowers to them, but of course looking at them from both the outside of the house as well as the inside, because you can see them when you're sitting in the living room and you can see them in the bedroom. So in addition to me having a little bit of a green thumb, I've also really been enjoying kind of seeing the plants on our property come to life, because like I said, we bought this house in the fall, and so this is our first spring season in it, and it's been kind of a really fun surprise to see which plants are actually here. And what I mean by that is, like, in our backyard we've got a camellia bush. I had no idea. We've got a bleeding heart plant in the front, which I'm pretty sure is wild, which is super cool and native to the Pacific Northwest. And the cherry on top, you guys, is that I've got not 1, not 2, but 4 cherry blossoms in our front yard. 2 of them are white, 2 of them are pink, and when I tell you I lost it when they started blooming, so good. So at the time that I'm filming this, the white ones have come and gone. Now they're just green trees. That's fine by me, but the 2 remaining pink ones are still just popping. They're amazing. They are lush. It is gorgeous, and I love seeing them when I pull up. And so yeah, I've really just been enjoying all of the bountiful plants that are on our property now that we are in spring season. Okay, so as for the last thing that I want to kind of tell you that I've been up to since the last time we talked, or as of late, is crocheting. So I have crocheted forever. I've known how to do it forever, and I kind of got back into it, I want to say the winter season, just because it was dark, it was gloomy, and it's a really cozy hobby. But that has since continued on into the spring season. It's just that the things and the projects that I've been working on have leaned more towards spring season than like cozy winter blankets. So one of the first things that I have done within the last couple of weeks is this cute little bunny here. It's super simple. I whipped it up in one evening when I was watching TV. Coincidentally, it was the evening before Easter, and I last minute really wanted to have something to put in my daughter's Easter basket, and it was a hit. Super fun. We did it to where, like, we put it in the basket, and then the basket was a surprise when she woke up, and yeah, it's super cute, super basic. The other thing that's kind of a bigger project that I have been working on, complete work in progress, so don't freak out because I haven't done the head yet, but it is this like flopsy animal. It's supposed to be a bunny when I'm done with it. Though coincidentally, I thought about this before Easter, but I didn't want to rush and have it done for Easter. But anyway, you can kind of see it's supposed to be this kind of like boho heirloom bunny. It's probably hard to imagine now because it doesn't have a head, so I'm sorry if you're freaked out. But I'm super excited about this because it is coming along so well, and the reason I keep calling it a boho bunny is just because of this, sorry, allergies are killing me, side note, but it's because of this kind of like terracotta color that I chose instead of like your typical, I don't know, white or light pink or gray, whatever bunnies typically are. So it's really flopsy. It's supposed to have like this really poochy little belly and bum, which I should really put a picture of the finished project that influenced me to make it so that you know what it's supposed to look like instead of me just waving around this headless thing. But needless to say, I'm almost done. I only have to do the head and the floppy ears, and then I will be finished. And my daughter's super excited about it because she already knows it's gonna be for her. So I guess keep an eye out for my Instagram. I can't promise when I'm going to finish, but if this is something that you are interested in tracking my progress, I will certainly post a photo of the finished bunny when I am finished. So yeah, what else? I want to say that's kind of pretty much it. The spring season has kind of started off promising. Since I live in Washington, it's not like we are automatically hit with like 70s and 80s, but we have had more sunny weekends, which I've been super excited about. Again, especially because I'm like crawling out of some seasonal affective, I need to pick me up. Let's just say that. And vitamin D goes a long way. So that's kind of pretty much it. I didn't really have much beyond, like I said, wanting to catch up with you guys. And I hope that you enjoy these kind of casual sit down videos. If you do, please let me know in the comments and I would be happy to do that a lot more frequently. I feel like it's a lot easier for me to ramble off the cuff and, you know, it could be a switch up from my normal content in which I, you know, give you book recommendations, which of course I'm happy to do, but this is something else. So either way, let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe and tell me what you've been up to for the spring season so far. What are you reading? What non-bookish things are you doing? What bookish things are you doing? What are you looking forward to? Side note, I am looking forward to Emily Henry's new book, Funny Story, which by the time this video comes out, I haven't decided when I want to post this. So it may be out already, the book I mean, or it may just about to be out. We will see, but either way, I plan to have my hands on it release day or at least very shortly after. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye!